We're also following a developing story out west where a toxic spill in the Animas River is devastating parts of Colorado and New Mexico.
I can't do my dishes, I can't do my laundry, I can't even drink our water.
It makes me want to cry. I mean, it's a huge disaster. I don't know if it's ever going to be right again.
The spill began during an EPA cleanup of an abandoned mine last week. 3 million gallons of wastewater gushed into the Animas River, turning it, as you see there on your screen, orange. Now, this morning, Colorado Governor John Hickenlooper talked about the impact of the disaster on his state's economy.
Right now is the peak time, for instance, for rafters, for fishing guides. And I think that we are very sensitive to make sure that we do everything we can to help those businesses recover and get back. You know, if we can't make them completely whole to what the revenues they would have had, we want to get them pretty darn close.
Joining me by phone is the mayor of Durango, Colorado, Dean Brookie. Durango is about 50 miles south of the spill and the first major community to encounter it. Mayor Brookie, thank you very much for joining us. You were with Colorado's governor today touring this disaster site. Can you give us a sense of what you saw down there?
Yes, the governor was gracious enough to visit today. He's had boots on the ground. His staff has been here for the past 6 days doing sampling and evaluation concurrently with the EPA, sort of a back check on the EPA, as well as a number of local research groups. We have a lot of people in Durango that know a lot about water quality and so forth. We are a river city. And as you see on that screen, we were impacted by this event, and it was a highly emotional event to see a bright orange river winding through your community, just at the peak of tourist season. And so it was a refreshing time to have the governor here. He was briefed, as were we, about the findings of some of the by the Fish and Wildlife folks. There was fish implanted into the river in cages while the plume came through town. Sounds a little crazy, but those fish were actually encountered that bright orange plume, and we had limited mortality rate. In fact, natural mortality of the fish in these cages as administered by our Fish and Wildlife folks. So that was a really good sign that there wasn't a mass killing of the river. Similarly, there was a study completed by the Mountain Studies Institute in our community of macroinvertebrates that live in what is now the sediment deposits. That bright stuff is what we are probably left with after the water is cleared up. And in fact, those macroinvertebrates were surviving at a healthy rate as well. So that combined with the EPA data give us confidence that we are returning back to normalcy.
Yeah, we're seeing those images right there, and obviously very heart-wrenching images to see that river and all that wildlife at that point being affected. Mayor Dean Brookie, sir, thank you very much for joining us with that update.